Yeah, I'll probably take it to my
Okay, so where is the name tag? Yeah. Yeah, right here in the front.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for coming. I'm Sophie, I'm a member of the THM Travel Club here on campus, and we just want to thank all of you for coming and showing support for our international students. And if you guys just want to join me in giving a round of applause to our panelists that have a great time. So this panel is hosted by the Travel Club and the International Student Union. And we just want to give a really big thanks to the Applied Business Studies for supporting us. So we're going to start with the panelists introducing themselves and their country.
And my major is biology.
Hello, my name is Abubakar Sani. I'm from Ghana. I'm majoring in MBA with a concentration in finance. I arrived in ACE on the 12th of August, that's on the Friday, 2022.
Hello, I'm Noria. I'm from Spain and I'm doing an MBA here. However, I arrived to Hayes last year to do the last semester of my undergrad, and I liked it so much that I came back from my master's.
Hello guys, I'm Theo. I'm from England, the United Kingdom. My major is marketing and I've been here since fall 2021.
Hello everyone, I'm Zoe. I'm from Henan Province, China, and I'm majoring MBA General.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayu and I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm an MBA student with a concentration in finance. I got to ACE July this year.
Hello, my name is Diana. I'm from Venezuela, and my major is marketing management. And I got to Hayes last fall, but I've been in the United States for 4 years. Thank you.
So just out of curiosity, has anyone in the audience ever been to any of the countries that were mentioned? Okay, a few. I personally used to live in Japan, and that was a really cool experience for me, so I love going internationally. So what do you think U.S. students should know or understand about your home country, and what do you miss the most about your home country?
It's a good question. I think in England there's quite a few things to understand. I'd say it's quite a tightly knit country, kind of both geographically and I guess I could say emotionally, but it's very tightly knit, there's not much space and there's a lot of people. So yeah, kind of, you know, everyone gets to know each other and kind of everyone's there for each other. And what I miss are cold nights watching a football with my friends with a fire on or out at a stadium. I say football, I mean soccer, for anyone who calls it that. But yeah, kind of cold winter nights watching soccer with my family and friends.
So, something you should know about Spain is that, you know, like when people think about Spain, it's like bulls, paella, like the rice, sevillanas, like the dance, sangria, alcohol, everything is true. We're so lazy, it's the only thing we do. I mean, not completely, but pretty much. But whatever, the thing I miss the most is definitely the food. I live like in front of the beach and we have like really good seafood, and that's the thing I miss the most, at least here in the middle of Kansas.
Okay, Republic of Ghana. It's a small country located West Africa. That is situated on the coast of Gulf of Guinea, with a small population of 32 million people living in the country. It has about 100 tribes in it. So there's a diversity in the country, and mostly they live their lives based on culture. So you see someone living his life, it doesn't mean like you are different.
Something you need to know about Nepal is we are a country, it's Asian continent, and we home to 8 of the 8,000 mountain range, so we are geographically diverse, and it's like we have lots of climates over there. And at the same time, what I miss here is we have so many festivals associated with different seasons. So I miss celebrating those festivities and having dinner with my families and everything. Obviously food too. Thank you.
Sorry. I guess I was thinking what I miss about my country, and I got a really cool fact, because Venezuela right now our social and economic situation is really bad and really rough, thanks to the government and everything. And I wasn't born in this time, but in 1950s and 1980s, Venezuela's biggest oil reserves were found, and they were exploited and worked, and we got to be a really wealthy country. And like a lot of people wanted to immigrate to Venezuela at that time. So for that case, we have a lot of people that came from all different countries to immigrate to Venezuela, and one of them. Hello. One of those persons was my grandpa. My grandpa's from Spain, and he immigrated to Venezuela after the Second World War, and that's when Venezuela was at its peak. Coming from that, what I miss from my country is the atmosphere. I feel like we all feel the same about it. It's just, there's a feeling when you're home, and there's some people that you hang out with, and there's something about the people you have a good time with. Sorry about the mic. Anyways, it's really good, and it makes you really happy to be home, and can relate to that.
Well, about Nigeria, there are a lot of things to know, but I'll say just two things. The first thing is that Nigeria is the most populated black nation on earth. Not just Africa, the Caribbean islands, everywhere. Nigeria is the most populated black nation. Then the second one is that Nigeria is a country that has over 520 spoken languages and over 370 tribes. Then what I miss about my country, I would say the food. Because when I was coming, I came with 3 check-in bags, and 2 of those bags was filled with food, which I still eat till today.
About my country, like when it comes to China, people always think about Chinese Kung Fu. And actually I'm from Henan province. It is, they have Shaolin Temple in Zhengzhou. And in my hometown, it is the region of the Tai Chi. So I know like in a lot of people's mind, like China is not, somehow it's kind of like behind. But I think China right now is really developing very fast, and we also enjoy splendid cultures, and we have 5-6 nationalities. And welcome to China. And the thing that I miss most is my family and my friends in China.
So now we get to see how much you guys know about our panel's members' home countries with a little quiz. So which is the flag of Spain? Yeah. Correct. Good job. What is the flag of Nigeria? Yes. B. Correct. flag? Correct. Good job. And what is the flag of China? Yes. A. Good job. I think there was a little cheating happening. What is the flag of Ghana? A. Good job. And the flag of Venezuela? Yes. And the flag of the UK? B. Good job. You all get 100%. Which of the following soccer players is Spanish? C. Correct. Which of the following describes Nigeria? A. Good job. Which of these famous peaks is in Nepal? Correct. Which British Marvel actor played Sherlock Holmes in the BBC drama Sherlock? Correct. Ghana is the world's second largest exporter of D. Venezuela is home to the world's highest waterfall named correct. Thank you guys. We're going to move on to our next set of questions. So what motivated you to study in the U.S.?
Okay, this is a really long story. Well, we are so geographically diverse and we have lots of research yet to be done, and the main thing which kind of motivated me to come to United States is opportunity to learn techniques and methods practically, not theoretically. That was the one thing which kind of motivated me here. I think that will be all.
Okay, what motivated me to study in the US is I'm inspired by the opportunities available in the US, yeah, because in the US, when you look at the education system, it's a combination of both theory and practical. And in my life, I've been studying theory, and I think the US is the best place to, give me the practical knowledge so that I'll be great to go back to my country and also help in developing the country.
Not gonna lie, I thought I would find Zac Efron, like High School Musical, but it's not the case. No, I came here because I wanted to learn English. I think I achieved my goal, and now I just found other goals to follow.
I came here to play soccer, so I play soccer here at Fort Hays State University. At the moment, the less said about that, the better. But yeah, so it's always been kind of a goal of mine to come to the States and play soccer, get a collegiate experience, and that's brought me to Hayes.
For me, because my alma mater has cooperation with Fort Hays State University, and I want to seize this opportunity to achieve my master's degree.
When it comes to education, the United States has one of the best educational systems in the world, so I needed to advance in my career and also to be better in what I do, so I decided to take this MBA program to the United States. So that's what brought me.
My story is kind of like Noria's. Because it had me thinking, like, what is the truest form of why I want to come? And I think when I was like 12, I watched this one movie in Disney, and I was like, I am moving to the United States. No matter what happens, I'm going to speak English and I'll go there. And then I went to my English teacher at the time, and I already knew how to say the colors and the numbers. And I was like, teach me how to speak now. I'm leaving. But in all reality, is like we all said, is a lot of opportunities, opens a lot of doors, and it would be a great time to help my family out since they helped me a lot. So.
What were your perceptions of the U.S. before coming here, and has this changed since you've been here?
I guess kind of similar to what Maria said, you kind of get a Hollywood feel of the States as a kind of international. I think my perceptions have changed. I think one thing I've learned out here is people are people, and generally people get along with people, unless like you're not a person or something. But yeah, I think I've been kind of not surprised, but really happy with the way people have taken me in here and the way people have accepted me for, you know, being a bit different, being from somewhere else. And I think sometimes that isn't fully projected to people in the United Kingdom about how kind of nice and welcoming American people can be.
So before I came here, I would have said that if you visited New York, you visited the States, or like San Francisco, or like a big city. Me and I believe my family still thinks that all the states are the same. You know, like there's no difference between Kansas or New York. And when I came here and travel around, it's like, oh wow, like, it's like every state is a different country. It's like crazy, and it's really good to see how different states take us, like international people, differently, but everyone welcomes us like so good.
Yeah, I had a positive perception when coming to US, and it hasn't changed because the people over here are open-minded, and the level of hard working, I'm kind of surprised because everybody is serious at its work. Like, you know, this is what makes the country great, and I love that. Yeah.
Okay, I think I have similar perception like you guys. And in addition to that, I think people here are like, if you are doing things, then they appreciate you, otherwise they don't, which I really like, because there are like so many people who are good at talking, but they don't do anything. And in my country, those are the people who are getting all the benefits. I don't see that happening here. That's what I like, and that's what I didn't thought about here too.
One of the expectations, as I think we all think the same, was the movies, and I really like what Maria said about each different state being in each different country, and that represents a lot. And I used to think that a lot of like Americans only think of their country and they don't think about the rest of the world. But how could you not if your country is so big, and then all of your states are like a whole country in itself? And it's not an excuse, people, but I can see why. And another thing would be, I guess I went as an exchange student. I started in high school as an exchange student, and high school is literally like the movies. I gotta tell you that. I was so surprised. Okay, there wasn't a dance in the middle of the class, and there wasn't a prom dance like singing with Zac Efron, but it was really, really similar. A lot of gossip.
Before I came to the United States, I thought here that there was no interpersonal relationship, like everyone is just on its own, they don't care about neighbors. But when I got to A's, I don't know how it is outside A's or outside Kansas, but when I got to A's, even from the airport, when Manny came to pick me, and the faculty members, the neighbors, everyone in the community, they are just so nice and fantastic people. So it has changed my perception, thinking people don't really care. Or even at my apartment, there are times neighbors will just come, can we just play together, can we have fun? I'll be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know it would be like this in the United States. So that perception of the United States in A's has changed for me.
When I decided to came to Hayes, and I talked to my colleagues, they are from the States, and I said I will go to Hayes, and they were like shocked. And they said, well, the people there are very friendly and eat barbecue. And when I got here, I was shocked, because like in CS University, my alma mater, we have 30,000 students and faculty just for the university. So from a big city to a small town, I think there is some challenge for me to like get used to the peaceful life here.
Does anybody have any follow-up questions about why they chose to study here or their perceptions before they moved here that they'd like to ask?
Are you asking this question for all of us? Okay, I'll go first then. So, well, I was looking for a professor who is trying to research with drones. So I came into contact with one of the professors who is using that for natural resource management. So that's how I got to know what he is.
Okay, after undergraduate degree, I was working as a teaching assistant at my college. So my plan is after it is a contract. So after the contract, I want to maybe enroll in my master's. So I contacted my supervisor, and he said, oh, he has a cousin in Hayes. So he gave me the contact. I spoke to him, told him my career goals, and he said, okay, the best place is Hayes because they have whatever you want, because they have the facilities, everything you want. When I did my own research, I saw that that is true. That brought me to Hayes. Yeah.
My university back home had a partnership with a company, and for Hayes had the same partnership with this company, and it was just like an exchange student coming here, and then it just stayed.
So when I was kind of applying for schools to play soccer at, basically Fort Hayes took a liking to what they saw and basically offered me a scholarship to play it. So I kind of say Fort Hayes chose me instead of me choosing Fort Hayes. That's just make myself feel good, you know what I mean?
CS University has the cooperation with Fort Hayes State University, so yeah.
Before coming, I did my research about Fort Hayes, and when I got here, it was still the same. The professors are very fantastic. They teach very well. Like when they lecture, you get to understand what they are trying to pass along to you, and even the tests, the quizzes, the exams, the method of doing them is very okay. So the school met my expectations.
I was at a community college before coming here for 2 years. I was at Garden City Community College, and they have a articulation transfer with Fort Hayes that makes it easier to transfer. And I was just looking for something close to here because, hear me out, I liked Kansas. So I decided to stay, and I've been here ever since then. And Fort Hayes does meet the expectations, and it does meet everything that I talk about and more.
So what was your guys' greatest culture shock, and how did you overcome that?
For me, there's one thing that stands out, and that's kind of country culture here, I say. No, but it's just, I think you don't really see the Midwest in American media, in American films, and you don't really get any sort of flavour for country people, for the differences, and I think it's something I'm still kind of coming to terms with, and it's cool, it's different, it's nothing like I've ever experienced. But yeah, definitely kind of seeing cowboy boots and hats every day is much different to what I've had at home.
A culture shock that I love is the fact that everyone asks, how are you? I'm great, how are you? And just the fact of answering that question makes me feel good every day. And I realize that this is obviously a Midwestern thing, because when I've been traveling, it's like, good morning, how are you? Morning. It's like, okay, not in New York, not in Miami, but it was a great culture shock because in Spain we just say hello, I would say.
Culture shock because one is the family connection over here is kind of weak because individuals want to live on their own. Back home, you live in a family house. You don't live on your own if you don't have a work to do. Meaning, you don't have anything to. You can't be independent. So by all means, you have to depend on your parents. So you can see someone 25 years still with the parent. So that is that is a culture shock over here because people live even at a young age. At home, people respect people at the higher position. If you are a cleaner, people don't disregard. That is a problem. But when I get here, whether you're a cleaner, whether you're a manager, equal respect. That is the culture shock over here.
Okay, excuse me. For me, like we are on 24-hour time gap, so it's night right now in my country. So it's really difficult for me to keep in touch with my parents. So sometimes I have class when they are available, and when they are available, I'm sleeping. So I'm still overcoming with that. In addition to that, it's been like almost a year, more than a year that I haven't been to any temple because there is none here, and I'm trying to overcome that too.
I think one of the biggest culture shocks, and I like how you guys are saying a good one and a bad one-ish. Maybe a bad one would be, well, I have plenty, like we all, I think, but maybe whenever we say hi with a kiss all the time, when I first got here, I would always be so uncomfortable saying hi to someone, because I would always go, oh, no, okay, so always, and now that I go back home, I always try to shake my people's hand, and then they're like, what are you doing? That is so disrespectful. Why are you giving me the hand? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But I guess that was someone, that every day, I would be scared if someone said hi to me. I'm like, hi, how are you? Personal space, that's a big thing here, personal space. And another thing would just be like, how are you and how are you doing? Sometimes people just say it without meaning it. So they're just like, how are you doing? And how good are you? And then you always have to say good, because they're just passing by. And if you say bad, that feels weird because they're just like, oh, bad, okay, bye. So like, I just said it to be nice, and I think that's one thing. It's nice, but at the same time, you always have to say you're good.
Okay. When I got to A's, one of the first things I discovered was that if you're walking, maybe you're going somewhere, and you meet a total stranger, the person will just smile at you. Okay? Maybe that was a mistake. You continue walking, another stranger is smiling at you. You wonder, why are they smiling at me? Because in my country, if a stranger is smiling at you, maybe the person wants to kidnap you or want to steal your phone. It was just strange to me. Then another thing is, here I noticed that some children can call their parents by their first name. But in my country, even your uncles and aunties, you call them dad, mom. So it's a different thing to them. Another thing I noticed here is, for example, maybe I go to Walmart, Dillon's, I see very old people shopping. Back in my country, we don't allow the aged people just to like stress themselves or go around. So that was another thing that I saw that was different from what I experienced back in my country.
Yeah, just like they talk about the greeting thing, like in China, when we greet people, we say, did you eat? 吃了吗? But here we say, how are you? Like sometimes it takes me some time to react to it. And another thing is like the transportation. In China, we have the share bike, share car everywhere, and the subway and the bullet train. It's very convenient. But here, all I can do is depend on my foot.
So what should U.S. students understand about the experience of you guys here at Fort Hays?
This is really hard question for me. Okay. Well, I think sometimes students, like US students, doesn't think that we are not in the same pace. We have lots of things going on. Like even right now, I'm translating the same sentence in my own language, and then I'm translating back in English. There's like lots of things going on. Sometimes people don't understand that, and they don't appreciate it, but it's not all the time, and I think they should know about it.
I think I'm trying to adjust work with studies, so that is one experience that I'm not used to. This is because at home maybe you go to school, after school, when you're done with school, this is where you want to get a job to do, but yeah, I have to combine both together, work and studies. So that is one experience.
I would say that what you have to understand when you meet an international student is that we're alone. In terms of like we're here by ourselves. Our family is like, in my case, 7 hours different. If I have a meltdown now, I cannot call them because they are sleeping. So it's really important, and we really appreciate when you guys like make a spot on your group for us. You know, I'm really grateful for AKSI, for example, because I feel like it's family. And clubs like this, it's just like, you have to understand that you are all we have in here. So whenever you make a friend which is international, you become their family. And that makes a difference in our experience here. And it will make a difference in your experience when you go somewhere.
Agree.
I would say something for people to understand is that internationals, although we're from all across the globe, we're pretty similar to you most of the time. I don't think people treat us like we're that different, but yeah, I mean, English is my kind of native tongue, but I've got friends who don't have English as their native tongue, and sometimes they're kind of treated a little bit like, oh, that, you know, you're a bit cute because you don't speak English and I can't really understand you. And, so I guess just kind of, we're all really the same, and to be fair, people here are so welcoming and so great that I haven't really had too many problems. But I guess just kind of understanding that just because someone sounds, looks or acts a little bit different to you doesn't mean they are different. I think, yeah, just give everyone a chance, which I think people do here. So, yeah.
I think every culture have the different, every place have the different culture and habits. So when you see someone doing something that you think is weird, like, please don't laugh at them. Maybe they are doing their culture thing or habits.
You know, international students are people who came from a very far place. They crossed the ocean, they left their family members, their convenience behind. So what I would say is just for you to make sure that they are being included and you accommodate them more, because they are missing their family members, they are missing a lot of things. So when you accommodate them, you let them feel included, it helps a lot. They'll be able to focus on their studies and work, and things will go on fine for them.
I think one of the things I remember the most is when I had really, really bad English, and I would always want to like tell you, like, you don't know how smart I am in my own language. Like, you don't know how many things I know in my own language. You don't know, I can say this so many ways in my own language. And it was very frustrating. And now that I can speak well, I still don't know many things, so sometimes I just pass as dumb. Because they're like, why do you know? You speak really good English. I'm like, no, turns out I just speak good English now, but that doesn't mean I know a lot of things. A lot of math happens with that. When I go to math tutoring, they're like, why didn't you know this? I'm like, I know it in Spanish. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I speak Spanish. But I think that also happens. So sometimes people think that once we've accommodated to the American culture, we know everything, but we still don't know everything. We're trying to accommodate to you, and then we also appreciate if you accommodate to us as well.
Does anyone have any questions about culture shock or what that is? I know that's not a term we always use here in the States. And we have a lot of bright lights and our music is played very loud, but now it's fine. So does anyone have any questions for them about something like that?
What was the most shocking thing that you came to the United States? Like, wow, I did not know that, or wow, I was surprised.
I think this is too loud. I guess I don't.
Why? Because everywhere's so spaced out. But yeah, you don't kind of have that real buzz of public transport. And sometimes I feel like cities are a little bit quiet because you don't have the buzz of people walking in them.
Yes, I agree. Actually, when the first time I came here, I told Stacy, oh no, I'm flying to New York and then I'm gonna take a bus from New York to Hayes so I can visit around. And she was like, no, you're not doing this. And I'm like, yeah, you know, just a bus. And now I'm so grateful she said no because it would have been crazy.
One time I was very hungry. I tried to maybe order some food online. So I was not having money because my social security delayed, so I was not paid yet. So I have something small. After everything, the bill came. I have to pay tip like $5. I was, oh, this is the amount I'm budgeting for food. Then, like, because of that, I have to cancel the order. I never knew you have to pay tips. If maybe is it compulsory to pay tips always? I don't know. So if someone can answer that.
He's asking a question, he's not telling you guys something.
Okay, for me, this might sound a little offensive, but when I saw like some students wearing shorts in the class, that was like, wow, what's going on here? It doesn't sound really respecting your instructor or anything. That is something that doesn't happen in my country. So that was really shocking for me. And the other thing was like, when you need to go to...
It is so cold outside. Why are you wearing shorts and sandals? I'm looking at you guys. Why are you wearing shorts and sandals? What? Your mom doesn't tell you you can't go out like that? I'll go. Next time I see anyone, I hope it's none of you guys. I literally, I'm biting my tongue and like, go change. You're gonna get sick. But yeah, that's the one. I think that would be the one thing. Like shorts and sandals. And my friends, they turn around and I'm like, yeah, it's normal. They do that all the time. My friends, they're like, look, and I'm like, turn around, keep walking. They'll do it every day.
Okay, the first thing, similar to what Nuria said, I thought when I got here I would just be jumping around. I'll go to New York today. This weekend I'll go to California, I'll go to Texas. But even within Kansas, I think the only places I've visited, okay, Wichita, two other places. I've not really gone around. The transportation is actually a big issue for me because back in my country you have a lot of transport systems. Just like if I mentioned the names, you might not know. We have a lot. We have Okada, we have Keke, we have Danfo, we have a lot. We have a lot. So that was one thing. The other thing is in class, the way the professors, okay, if professors ask you questions in class, you might decide not to answer. But in my country, professor will ask you a question, you will not answer. It will be an issue. Then the way they also want you to talk in class, like asking for your opinion, okay, do you have anything to say concerning this? That people start discussing in class. So it's another one that I had not experienced before and I'm experiencing now.
I think it is when I go to Walmart, I saw a lot of people there piling up their cart. I don't understand why they need like go there once, like for 1 month or 1 week.
Okay, so our last question is, what advice would you give to U.S. students that want to connect with someone one-on-one from your country?
I think when you are talking with someone, instead of directly asking, like that's kind of sounds judgy when you have the conversation and the way it is going for me.
Okay, because my country is a developing country, so they mostly see people from the developed country as targets, in terms of opportunity and business. They always want to do business with them because you have more ideas, you are from the developed country. So I'll advise a student going to my country to be open-minded, to always tell them like this is your goal, and also the conversion rate. So whenever you're going to my country, you have to know the currency, like whatever you spend here, you have to know how much will it cost me in dollars at back home, so that you get the value for what you're spending. That is the advice I will maybe give to someone.
So if you ever meet someone from Spain, you have to be ready to go literally party until 7 a.m. to meet for a beer at 12 p.m. the day after to talk about the gossip about last night and everything. And maybe if we have a holiday on Monday, which we have a lot of holidays during the year.
Okay, for someone who wants to connect with a Nigerian, I'll start from the first point of contact, which is the greeting. So any Nigerian you see, no matter the tribe, no matter the language the person speaks, just tell the person Alpha or how you did. The person will respond to you. That's the greeting. Then when you visit the Nigerian and you are being offered food, please accept it. If you don't take the food, the person will feel bad. It would be interpreted in a different way. Then the third one is a tip about the food. Be prepared, it might be spicy. Especially if the Nigerian is someone from a tribe they call Yoruba tribe. Because I've taken the hottest food in A's. Like they said it's very hot, it's very spicy. I tasted. I was asking them, please, where's is this the hot food? So when you want to eat the Nigerian food, be prepared, it will be hot.
Keep that in mind. Well, I'm kind of biased because I'm part of FHSU, International Student Union, and that is a really, really good way to connect with international students. We are always trying to find good ways to collaborate, trying to do events, even if we just go hang out and watch a movie. We can talk a lot throughout a movie. We can go bowling, I don't know, but we are trying to get a lot of American students because it's hard for American students to understand that International Student Union, it's also for American students. So you guys can get to know us and we can get to know you. So that would be my first advice. And my second advice kind of relates to Noria because you just have to be on the go. If we tell you to show up somewhere, be on your best outfit, have eaten, or don't eat so you can party crazier. And just be sure that it's gonna keep going. Just, if you wanna hang out with us, it's gonna keep going. So just be aware of that. And that was it. I think we'll just make friends and just talk to us and just talk to us like we're another person because we are. And we'll talk to you back and we'll probably be friends.
Are there any more?
Are there any more questions for the panelists? Yes?
How's the food different from your country to here?
You guys.
I would say everything's more full. So that doesn't just mean big, but you know, it's more salty, it's more filling, and there's just more of it. And it's like if you get a burger here, you know, you're getting it with the works. You know, you're getting proper lettuce, proper gherkin, pickles, and it's going to be like jam-packed, squeezed, you know, wrapped in foil. I'm going on a bit, but you get what I'm saying. And then I think the difference is you get things bigger and more full and more supersized. Yeah.
We agree with that. And it's way less healthier. Personally, I can go to the vegetable shop. I don't know how to say it in English. La verdulería, no sé. I can go to a vegetable shop, which is everything fresh, everything good quality, just proper like a grocery shop or something. So it's like bigger and less healthy. I don't know.
Okay, I think this will be difficult for me. Okay, mostly our food is spicy, like a lot of spice, and you eat more soup food than maybe eating salad or maybe a burger. Or, no, you eat more soup.
Okay, so our food is like somewhat close to Chinese and somewhat close to Indian, so it's really spicy. And we do have soup in our meal, and rice is like the core item of our food. And along with that, we have green veggies going on, which is really rare here. And what else? We have pickles, which is also a spicy item. And everything is cooked. And everything should be like, if we are cooking something in the morning, we have to finish that by morning. We don't keep it for like tomorrow. That's not happening. No leftovers? No leftovers.
So in China, we have a lot of cuisines, and also we eat rice and noodles often. So, and we also eat dumplings and baos and dim sum. Like, just do not eat burger and sandwich or pizza a lot.
This food matter is a very big issue, because I know that here you at times you say, okay, there's snacks, there's food. But what I noticed is that what you call food here is what we call snacks in my country. For example, you want to eat burger, you want to eat pizza, it's snacks in my country. Then what you call snacks here, that was the day I went to a gathering here, so they said there was snacks. I was happy going there. When I got there, I was like, where's the snacks? What's this? These are things they sell in traffic in my country, just to keep yourself busy during traffic. So in my country, when you eat, your stomach will know that you've eaten, because the way the food will be bouncing in your stomach. So we eat every food. There are even some tribes, like in the southern part, Akwa Ibom and the likes, that if you eat their food, as a guy, you have to pull your shirt to really enjoy the food, because you'll be sweating. So the food issue cannot be solved.
I think we all hit on the points, but one main thing I remember back home, to go to McDonald's or to go to Burger King is like a treat. Like your birthday is next month, and next month we're going to McDonald's. And we're gonna go get this burger, and we're gonna go to Burger King. And then I remember when I first got here, we're like, okay, so what do you wanna eat? Okay, let's go to Burger King really quick. I was like, oh, whose birthday is it? Well, what's going on? Why are we going? And how much are we getting? And how many hours are we gonna be there?
Enjoy yourself.
I love Chinese New Year because everyone, the relatives, they all come back, and the friends, reunion with your family. I really enjoy that.
Okay, for me, it's Christmas, similar to what Nuria and Abubakar said. That's my favorite holiday in my country, because the lighting, the decoration, and just as we have Santa Claus in my country, we have what we call Father Christmas. So we have all those ones. Then the day after, we have Boxing Day, where people exchange gifts. So that's my favorite.
Again, Christmas. Really fun. We have like Christmas songs. Like I think Christmas, we have like a bunch of Venezuelan traditions that are just for Christmas, and we have music, food. Like you dressed up really nice. The 21st of December, the 24th of December, the 31st. Then you have the Dia de los Reyes, the kings coming to town. And if you would have asked me my favorite United States holiday, I would have said Halloween, no doubt.
Do we have any more questions? Have a nice night.